Well, hello. Hello to all of the eXp'ers out there. Hello to all of my fellow agent attractors. And once again, hello to all of the future eXp agents. Welcome to Agent Attraction Conversations. Now, this is episode 4, and I am your host, Brian Rouseau. Before we get started, I'd like to talk about the purpose of Agent Attraction Conversations. And to do that, I need to first talk about you, the audience. So our audience consists of, again, current EXP agents. I speak to a large population of EXPers internally within EXP, and I also share this content on my professional pages, my professional media outlets like Facebook pages, the professional version, YouTube, things of that nature. And the whole goal here is to share various tips, resources, share different events that might be helpful to your own growth and development in expanding EXP. Because I tell you what, as you all know, if you're internal with EXP, revenue share and our agent attraction model is just so powerful. It'll change your life. It'll change your family's lives for generations. And really, we're just moving the needle in the real estate marketplace. So that's exciting. But you guys already get it, so we'll move on. Beyond that, there are a large population of real estate professionals who have heard about EXP. You know, they've got a friend or a relative who's with EXP, and they hadn't had a whole lot of exposure or presentation about what EXP is all about. So just like last week, this conversation is meant to debunk a few myths that might be out there, but also just create a safe space for people to casually learn about EXP and who we are at their own pace. And because I'm putting this information on my professional social media pages, my clients are going to have visibility to these agent attraction conversations, which I think is great. It gives you all an opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. More than that, if you all know friends or family members who are in the real estate space, believe me when I tell you that this particular opportunity has the potential to truly change lives. So, I'd be willing to help, or if they know someone else with EXP, I just encourage them to learn a little bit more about us. So let's get to it. In today's agent attraction conversation, we're going to speak about my favorite thing, books. So I offer typically a book of the month. Last month, April, was the first month of Agent Attraction Conversations. Our first book was Robert Kiyosaki's Cash Flow Quadrant. If you haven't seen that episode, I encourage you to check my pages, scroll down, find it. It's a great book, and it really explains the benefit and purpose behind adding agent attraction and revenue share into EXP. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, I cannot praise him enough. He did a wonderful job with that. In today's book of the month is actually 2 books, so you guys are in for a treat. Now, the first book that we're going to talk about, I'm going to grab it off of my Texas truck. It's Eric Worre's GoPro, okay? And I love the name, GoPro. It stands for Go Professional. In this book, it speaks a lot about the various techniques that one might need to overcome objection, to overcome stigma. And we're not talking about, cheap suited, used car salesman from the 70s type of deal. And if that offends anybody, not my intent at all. It's just, again, another stigma. A lot of agents, as they start to share this revolutionary model, they find themselves in a position where they meet resistance. They meet resistance because this is totally new, right? Nobody's ever done this before. Nobody's thought about, how do we put the agent first? How do we create, long-term sustainable residual wealth, for the real estate professional? who has to market themselves, right? Who has to pay out the ears and taxes, as we all do. But it's not always sunshine and rainbows. You can, in an up market you can make a lot of money, in a down market you might hurt a little bit. That's happened to me in the past. So I just think that it's super helpful to learn a little bit about those techniques to help expand and broaden the understanding and help those who can't see what we're really all about. The reason why we have a bonus book is I'm not about techniques, right? I don't want to just say, hey, do this, you're going to attract a bunch of people. I'm a big relationship person. And I'm going to share with you an oldie but goodie. Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now, I love this book, guys. It's, truth be told, I started this book years and years and years ago, over a decade, and I put it down. I didn't finish it. I don't know why, but here recently I finished it all the way to the end, and I'll tell you what, like, it's just so powerful. It's so powerful, some of the things that you understand about yourself and about one another, if we just open our eyes and look. And I just think that this is a great relational book. It's something that will help you in life, and in any form of business. I think that it's just so powerful, and I just highly encourage you all to read it. So enjoy this month. Now, the topics of our conversation kind of coincide with the books. Going back to GoPro, Go Professional, that's a very loaded statement, like go professional. What does that mean exactly? Well, to me, that means treating your business like a business. I heard this, I heard the great Brent Gove. He's a leader in eXp, in the attraction space. And, he is a dynamite agent. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate sales every year. And I've developed a great relationship with Brent and, his business partner, James Stroop. Great people. Probably give you the shirt off their backs. They're just so kind. All that said, it is so important to, according to Brent, and I believe this wholeheartedly, schedule time on your calendar. Make that time sacred. So if that's Mondays from 9 a.m. to 11, or Fridays from 1 o'clock to 5 p.m., or if there's a couple of days a week that you want to dedicate to agent attraction and developing and growing your business, because that is a sliver of your business. Put that time on your calendar, treat it like it's sacred, and just remain consistent with it, okay? Now, on top of that, we're dealing with people. We're following up, just like contacting or prospecting. So contacting, past clients, talking to them about, your business, or, just different things that you can offer them and help them with, like, hey, Super Bowl Sunday's coming up and I'm giving away a TV. Would you like to be a part of this raffle, right? Just get in front of people and follow up. Follow up is so important. And, a lot of, growing professionals, I've seen people struggle with that. Follow up is just not always easy. So those are the two aspects of treating agent attraction like a business that I wanted to talk about. And GoPro is a phenomenal book. I'll let the expert do the talking there. So do what you got to do. If you're more of an Audible person, I did the Audible thing while I worked out, and I've done it multiple times. I just think it's great. Now, transitioning to the relational side, which I think is the most important piece, super important. Winning your friends and influencing people, to just focus on the relationship. Just understand that, of course, we are here to help people, help them see things that they wouldn't have otherwise had visibility to, but it's first to have a genuine interest in someone else. That was a really big part of How to Win Friends and Influence People that really resonated with me. I feel like I've done that a good amount of my life. I've got blind spots and moments where I don't always meet the mark. But I'll tell you that just having a genuine interest in others is something that I like to do. And it's so easy in this on-demand society that we have right now with in this moment in time to want what we want, when we want, how we want it now. And that kind of shows up in every area of our lives. So just stop and smell the roses, you know, as a wise man once told me, and get to know someone else and know what their particular you know, flavor of rose is. Just notice it and appreciate it. I also believe very heavily in just, of course, we have an agenda with helping and sharing, but understand what's important, what's motivating someone. I spoke about this, I think, in the second episode. That's also very much covered in Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. I can't tell you guys enough how true that is, because my wife, for example, I love her. She's the most beautiful person I've ever met inside and out. And she might say one thing, and because we're not always speaking the same language from an emotional standpoint, I might hear something totally different. So we've just got to understand the motivations that others bring when they say no to an idea. They're not necessarily saying no to you, right? Just understand, you know, what those pressure points are, and that might help unlock, you know, certain doors so you can get through barriers, you know, when sharing the model that is eXp. And I know that, you know, for all of us, we've got day-to-day businesses, we've got families. Just stay balanced, y'all. Love your families, love yourselves, love your neighbor, and everything will come. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.